Fuck it. Let's just roll right into it. So, UFC 223, main event, Khabib versus Ferguson. What do you guys think is going to happen? See, really, I think there's only 3 real scenarios. That's how this fight's going to go. They're going to depend on a couple of different factors. So, let's start off with, if Tony Ferguson wins, how is he going to win? So his real keys to victory are basically doing what Tony Ferguson does best. Strike awkwardly and unorthodox, high momentum, high tempo, controlled distance. Or he can win on the ground if he ends up catching Khabib while Khabib is busy trying to ground and pound, obviously. Khabib smash. Is it going to be a case where he's in rubber guard and he catches Khabib slipping? Are they late into the third? Are they late into the first? Khabib obviously will get a takedown. Is Tony going to be able to catch him when both of them are dry? Haven't really sweat yet, so going to be very hard to get out of a submission attempt early in the first. Anytime in the first, really, or early into the second round. So those are the 2 opportunities that Tony Ferguson's really going to have, I feel, to win this. Otherwise, his unorthodox striking, high tempo, and incredible cardio really might take into effect maybe into the championship rounds. We might see a possible TKO in the 4th and 5th rounds. He's got a lot of weird angles. He's got a crazy style, very unorthodox. And with that unorthodox style, it's very hard to train for, very hard to prepare for. Like, you can watch tape all day long, but Tony Ferguson still is going to slip punches and kicks that you just don't see coming. And as everyone knows, you're hurt most by the strikes that you don't see coming. So his unorthodox style plus his very high tempo style of fighting, and the fact that he has amazing cardio means, you know what, maybe we'll see a Khabib Nurmagomedov being tagged up, being teed off into the late 3rd, the 4th, and or the 5th round. Like, who knows? Khabib hasn't really been taken into deep cardio lately. I know as a wrestler myself, like, he's going to have fantastic cardio, but he has had issues with that weight cut before. Who knows if he's actually gotten those sorted out in terms of his cardio? Because really, we've seen him put on impressive, professional, dominating performances against fighters like, I mean, you've got that Michael Johnson fight. That was crazy, and it was fantastic, but he's not quite as high tempo as a Tony Ferguson would be, even though kind of, I would say, a similar striking style. It's really going to be interesting. Can Khabib smash? Can he win on the ground and pound against Tony Ferguson? I know he throws bombs up top, but I feel like with Tony's skill level, he's not going to get caught standing up. I could maybe see him, getting ground out, getting slammed a couple times on his head, getting just pounded out. That, I feel, would definitely have to happen for Khabib in the 2nd, 3rd round. I don't see any of these guys going out unless it's Khabib via submission in the 1st. So if it's going to happen, it's going to be an early submission from Tony Ferguson, or it's going to be a late TKO, also for Tony Ferguson, or an early TKO for Khabib Nurmagomedov. This is Drew from Drew's Reviews, main event, UFC 223. I hope you guys enjoy. That's what I think is going to happen.